Alright, I'm back with another video talking about the great bounce back game from the Cowboys. I'm a little late on this. I've been a little busy this week and this video out before the Titans game this Thursday. So last week I talked about how this game against the Eagles wasn't as important as in the standings as it would have been if we would have won against the Jags. And it made our chances are very, very small to win the division. But this game was still important. Winning this game just gave the Cowboys life again, gave them some momentum. If they would have lost and got served an L back-to-back, it would have been super demoralizing. Plus, we would have to watch the Eagles hoisting up Minshew like Simba in Jerry's World, and them dancing all over the star, celebrating the clinched division. That would have been very demoralizing. But to the Cowboys' credit, they found a way to win a close, meaningful, playoff atmosphere game. It came down to the wire. It had that playoffs atmosphere, that buzz, that deep history rivalry, and they showed up. Now, I get the worries that it was a backup QB, and if they had Jalen Hurts, it would have been a total different outcome. I get it. I think that's fair. I mean, Jalen Hurts would have added some more stress on the defense with all the read options, and he's a good thrower. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He would have added more pressure on our defense, for sure. But there's no way you can tell what the outcome is. No way. Nobody can say if Jalen Hurts was in the game, they would have won. No one knows. No one knows. But what I do know is the Eagles got a damn good offense, and they showed that. They got a good receiving core. They got a good running game, and one of the best, if you could argue, the best offensive line in the game. And it was just that display the whole game. And Minshew also played very well. I mean, he's a backup quarterback, but he played very well. He made big, crucial throws. Now, I also do get it. He had those 3 mistakes, or turnovers you could call them. But, I mean, his 2 interceptions were just great plays by Jalen Kearse and Jerome Bland. You can argue Jalen Kearse's, it was a little bad throw, but Jerome Bland's interception was just a great play by him, and nothing Minshew could do. He just bodied that damn receiver. Now, the one fumble that happened on the exchange, you can blame that on Minshew, so there you go. You have a backup quarterback that messed up on one handoff exchange. Okay, but the other fumble was on the running back, completely on the running back. So you can't blame a backup quarterback on that. And this is what stumps me. The Eagles were moving the ball on the Cowboys. They really, on those fumbles, they really shot themselves in the foot. I mean, you take away Jerome Bland's interception, and you have the Jalen Kearse's interception where there's a little bad throw. They just shot themselves in the foot the whole time, and the defense really couldn't stop them. But they also got turnovers. You could argue either way. They still got the turnovers. It doesn't matter if it was just a bad fumble. They fumbled it, and the Cowboys recovered it. You know, that's still getting turnovers. And that's where this defense stumps me. Cowboys have had some crucial injuries on defense. Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, Jonathan Hankins, and more, which could be the reason why they're letting more points up. And they just don't look like, to me, that defense in the beginning of the year that was just completely shutting opposing offenses down. Completely shutting them down and getting crazy amount of sacks. But the sack thing in this game, I mean, the Eagles just have a great offensive line. There's nothing else to say. They just have a great offensive line. But the Cowboys are still they're allowing points. Granted, they only allowed 27 points if you take away Dak's interception. But they're still allowing a lot more points than they were in the beginning of the year, which I think could be because of injuries. And offenses are getting better. They're starting to click more. And they're finding weaknesses of defenses. I mean, it's hard to say. That's where it just stumps me for this defense. But I still have confidence in them. They got playmakers, and just like this Eagles game, they're still producing turnovers, which are huge. It was huge in this Eagles game. If they can keep doing, it will be big, especially in the playoffs. And if they can just, fix some of these holes they have in the run game and, shore up a little bit of the secondary and just allow, just get that score average or that allowed points just a little bit more down, and we'll be good. The Cowboys will be good. Now, offensively, the Cowboys are just getting their stride, which is awesome. They're making the right push at the right time. Dak is really starting to find his groove. Yes, he's been getting intercepted frequently and turning the ball over, which is pretty much the first time in his career. If you take away the turnovers, he's been super efficient and right up there with Patrick Mahomes. I saw a graphic. I'll try to find it if I can pull it up. But yeah, he's being super efficient right now if you take away the turnovers. If Dak can just get the interception to stop, the Cowboys will be in great shape. You could argue a lot of them weren't really even his fault. Some of our miscommunications, bouncing off receivers' hands. But still, he is the quarterback, and it comes down to him. And you look at this game, that pick 6 was bad. It was probably one of his worst. It was probably one of the worst in his career, to be honest. It was bad, and it was big for him. It made the game a little closer and gave him that 10-point lead in the first quarter. But what did Dak do after that? He does what he does. He is one of the most unresilient, unwavering quarterbacks in the league, in my eyes. He didn't even blink after the interception. His confidence didn't even get faltered. It just pissed him off, and he came up big in the next drive and had one of his biggest games of the season, or his best games of the season. His accuracy, rushing, and decision-making was on point. The third down play, the Eagles had a free rusher at him, and he didn't get sacked, and he dumped it off to Michael Gallup. It shows heart, which is what DeMarcus Lawrence said on the Sounds from the Sideline. If you haven't seen that, him and Armstrong, I think it was, you can't coach that. You can't coach that. It just shows heart. It just shows the heart. Also, he got sacked 6 times. 6 times he got sacked. And the rushing game wasn't really working at all. But him and the offense found a way. Him and CD had a day. CD is just getting better and better. And him and Dak are showing that they are one of the best duos in the league right now. You could argue. They're up there. Michael Gallup had that outstanding TD catch. And thank you, Tyler Biadasz, man, our center. That fumble recovery that set up the 3rd and 30, that saved the game. If we would have lost that fumble, it would have been terrible. It probably would have been game over. I even said when the fumble happened and it looked like the Eagles had it, I was like, game over. Game over, you know? But no, Tyler Biadasz came up huge and set up the biggest play in the game, you could say. The T.Y. Hilton catch. Dak threw a 60-yard dunk to T.Y., who made an unbelievable contested catch. I memean, what a first catch. That first catch has got to go down in history as one of the best first catches of a new receiver on a team. You know what I mean? Like, that's good. Like, I would like to see, like, what are the first catches receivers had on a new team? Because that's got to be one of the best. That play was so huge. I mean, we were 3rd and 30. It was 3rd and 30. The Cowboys they weren't lifeless, but the momentum wasn't going with them, and they needed some juice. They needed a spark, and T.Y. gave him that. And that's what he's here to do. That's what Jerry signed him for, to get us over that hump. He also did the veteran move and drawed that PI on Slay, which was huge at the time. If we would have converted that 4th down, it would have been a problem. And he didn't even play that much. He didn't play that much at all. But his presence was felt when he did play. I mean, he's a ghost. Look at his Twitter profile picture, man. It's a ghost. He sneaks behind the secondaries, which is totally what he did to Slay, and makes big catches. I'm just so glad he's a Cowboy. Special teams-wise, Maher has been clutch. We're going to need that in the playoffs. And Turpin, almost at his first return. Ooh, was it close. But overall, it was a great game to watch. A great game. And honestly, I hope they meet down in the playoffs and Jalen and Dak can play. And there's no debate about it's a backup quarterback or what. They can play healthy. Shoot, if they can reach it, if they can play in the conference championship game, jeez, that'd be a great game. And the Cowboys are still not out on winning the division. It's slim, but they're still not out. The Cowboys will just need to win out, Eagles lose out, and that will win the division, and they can win the number 1 seed if they win out and the Vikings lose 1 game. If that happens, it could. I mean, the Cowboys winning this game gives them a chance for that. Now, tomorrow should be a good game against the Titans. Should be a good game. Derrick Henry's not going to be playing, and they're resting a couple starters. Tony Pollard and Micah are a little questionable, but it still should be a good game on Thursday night. Wrap up the Amazon Prime games. And the Cowboys are going to be looking good. I mean, they're wearing their Arctic uniforms, and they look good. And it's all white. I mean, the helmets are white with the normal logo. It's not like the old school logo. I mean, it's a great idea for an alternative. They look so damn good. But anyways, that's for me. Just wanted to make a quick video, get it out before the Titans game. Hope you guys had a great Christmas, so you celebrate it, and have a good week. Peace.